Alors dis-moi, parle-moi de toi. Dis-moi ce qu'il se passe. Il est tard, n'est-ce pas? Et encore une fois, tu n'as pas réussi à aller au lit tôt comme tu le souhaitais. Alors, pourquoi? Parle-moi. Je n'y arrive pas. C'est trop dur. Chaque fois, le soir, lorsqu'il est l'heure d'aller au lit, je trouve quelque chose qui me fascine, qui m'excite, ou qui me rend heureuse et je ne peux pas le quitter pour aller au lit. Chaque fois. Il n'y a pas quelque chose que tu peux faire, comme comprendre pourquoi tu fais ça. Raconte-moi s'il te plaît. Dis-moi pourquoi tu fais ça. En fait, je veux souffrir. C'est pour ça que je le fais. Je souhaite que tu souffres avec moi aussi. Car si toutes les deux on souffre, alors on ira au paradis. So you wish for us both to suffer, and it is why you sabotage yourself. Every day, most days of the month, except for the rare days where you manage to get to bed really early. Those nights when you have such a good night's sleep, full of dreams of all sorts, insightful, inspiring dreams, and such good sleep, for which you awake and you go to bed so grateful for. So you want to spoil that for us, do you? Yes, it's important I am not happy. I must not be happy, I must suffer. Only by suffering will I reach heavens, like Lord our Christ and everybody else. The damned gods in the Bible who wants us to kill and hate thy neighbor. You know who I mean. I know who you mean. And I understand also this is a belief that you hold on to. And it is not really who you are. I accept you just as you are, even though you do hate us and you want us to suffer. I accept you, and I am okay with it. I will suffer with you if it is what you want, really. But is suffering really what you want? If I don't suffer, I am scared something bad will happen to me. If I am too happy, something horrible will happen. I am sure of that. It always has in the past. If I suffer, at least I know it. It can't get any worse. Well, it can, and I worry about that too. But I pretend it can't get worse. Please, come and suffer with me. Just let me be the way I am. This sabotage self. Let me be it. Suffer with me, please. You haven't answered my question. Is suffering really what you truly believe you want or what you truly believe you deserve in life? Please answer. Yes, I do believe I need to suffer. As for what I want, I do not deserve anything that I want. I only deserve to suffer alongside you, so don't try and run away from me. While I suffer, hold my hand so you can suffer too. I understand you feel blocked about this suffering. Is that right? Let's say I feel stuck with it, yes. Suffering has become part of my identity. Who would I be if I let it go? I would not know myself. Plus, you know as well as me, it is not possible to not suffer on the earth while incarnated in this body. You know it is not possible. Pain will be part of it. Please, answer me. Tell me what you think. If you believe you deserve pain, if you believe you deserve suffering, to me it shows you are in a trap, in a big bag with those beliefs. But I know you are capable of so many other different beliefs than those, and you hold on to them as if they were a treasure of piety, un trésor de piété that will give you a better life next time because you have suffered so much. I also sense there is something from the past that if you suffer plenty, they will leave you alone. But if you show joy and happiness, they will put you down and criticize you for it. And they will stop you from being happy by making you suffer through criticism, judgment, and bullying. Does this ring any bell for you? Yes, I believe you're right on that. It touches something, yes. It touches the root of the belief as well as the belief of the religion. This suffering I've held on to for so long. And look at the society now, look at the world. It's all geared towards me suffering even more, and I'm not even mentioning the others who are already suffering. I am so scared of the future. I am so scared of not finding the faith necessary in the belief of the other dimensions. What if there is only one earth and one dimension, and there's not a multitude of universes with the same bodies, the same earth, the same people around me? What if it's a lie? And what if I put all my trust in it and still end up in the concentration camp, or in the prison tortured, or in these awful life scenarios that I believe I was born to experience this suffering again? I understand why you sabotage yourself. You're trying to shorten your life, aren't you? You're trying to die faster because you know that if you're unhealthy, you will die quicker and with more pain. I understand your fear of the future. I understand it's based on a feeling that you have lived before, and all you remember are the nasty past lives that you have experienced. I understand that need of yours to suffer. I understand it. It's okay to want to suffer. But imagine for a minute, because it could be true, that there are other universes, that the consciousness of all that is truly watching you in this minute, watching you, watching yourself, listening to yourself. Doing all these efforts to get out of who you think you are, your identity, your need for suffering, or your belief in the need for suffering, therefore sabotaging yourself so that you suffer some more. It is the darkness of the soul, the darkness of your spirit. It is not what you truly are. You're made to breathe in light. You were made to be your best, to shine, so life can shine through you and experience itself, temporarily through your body and mind and experiences. Wouldn't you like it to know what it feels like to be happy, blissful, overjoyed, strong and confident about the future? Tell me, would you not like life to experience this with us? Yes, of course I would, but it's not possible. I need to suffer. Out of 10, how high is your suffering right now? Right now, with us doing this video, delaying yet a bit longer your need to go to bed as soon as you can for that restful sleep and insightful dreams. Tell me. I don't know. I am too tired to think now. Out of 10, the rooted belief of me needing to suffer in this life in the name of Alexandra Claude Béchabadé is a 10 out of 10. And if it was a 20, to be 20 out of 20. Okay. So if you're suffering, which is yours and nobody else's, even though they might experience suffering also, your suffering, this precious gift given to you by your heritage, by your education, by the way you experienced and reacted to life, by your religion. This belief, 10 out of 10, of needing to suffer and keeping yourself from going to bed early. We are going to do some tapping about it. And of course it will not work. It's not meant to work because we want to keep you suffering, as this is your role in this life, for us both to suffer. But we are going to do it anyway and see what happens. Are you ready? Yes, I am ready. I think, as you say, it won't work, and I don't want it to work, because I am here to suffer, but I will do as you say, just for now. Then I will upload this and go to bed. Alright. You will tap here, please. And you will repeat after me. even though I want to suffer, even though I need to suffer, even though I cannot do anything else in my life but suffer, even though I was born for suffering, even though suffering is the aim of my life, even though I am very proud when I suffer, even though I cannot be happy because if I am happy, I will suffer. Even though suffering is my only availability in this life, and I cannot be anything else but a branch of the tree of suffering. And even though I do not want to let go of suffering, I totally and completely accept myself and love myself just as I am in this moment. Carry on repeating after me while following my hand. This suffering in my life, this suffering, this suffering, this suffering. My need to suffer. I was not born to be joyful nor happy. I was only born to experience suffering in this life, at a conscious or unconscious level. This life is only about how much I can suffer at one time. This suffering, which makes me sabotage myself repeatedly every night. This sabotage which stops me having good sleep, being healthy and healing my body, and having insights which makes me so happy. I love suffering. Suffering is my reason for living. Being a victim of my body and a victim of my life is what I strive for. I only live for suffering. I am very proud of all this suffering. Now tell me, how do you feel about the suffering out of 20 right now? I feel a lot joyous, more joyous. I feel lighter. I feel like an energy is holding me like a crown of light around my head, away from my head that way. And how I feel about the need to suffer out of 20 is a 17 or 18. Let's not forget it's a deep-rooted belief, and I believe it is essential to my life for me to reach heaven. and meet Jesus Christ and all the rest up there. I hear your belief is still very strong. Let us carry on tapping for the belief of needing to suffer in order to be worthy. Repeat after me. Even though I need to suffer in order to be worthy. Even though the need to suffer is very strong and prominent in my life. Even though I cannot love myself too much because it takes me away from suffering. Even though I am very tired and I would like to go to bed, but I know I will not sleep because I have sabotaged myself. Even though I have made myself suffer today by being surrounded by negative thoughts which were not shifting of fear of the future and the possibility of great suffering in the future. Even though I feel that the planet and people will suffer and I feel powerless at protecting myself and them from their suffering and our suffering. Even though I am only worthy if I suffer plenty and be a Cinderella to shine in greyness in the dust of the world, I entirely and completely love and accept myself in this moment. This desire to suffer, this desire and utter need to suffer, this desire and need to suffer, this desire and need to suffer. The need to suffer to be worthy. The belief so deeply rooted that I must suffer in order to be worthy. The need to sabotage myself, so I will suffer and create more stress in my life, so my body suffers more and created more diseases. This need to suffer. This need to suffer. This need to suffer. This need to suffer. This need to fear the suffering. This need to fear the suffering, yet be attracted to the suffering like the butterfly is to the fire. This need to suffer. Now tell me how you feel about the suffering. Out of 20, please. Oh, it seems like the suffering is on its way out, at least the first layer of the onion, as the light got turned off, suggesting I might want to go to bed. So please, let's stop the session now. We have talked enough about suffering. And I would like to have a very joyous sleep. Even though it's late, maybe I will be blessed with a dream or two, where I learn about myself, and I forget about the suffering, but instead awaken in my dream to take the reins of what is happening around me, because I can. As a dream can be conscious and I can fly in them. Thank you. You did not say out of 20 what you felt the suffering was. The need to suffer is still a 16, but it's going down slowly. Thank you. Thank you. So, would you like to stop suffering just for tonight, just for the night? What about if there was some love or some kindness towards you? But it is too late to be kind or to love myself now. I suppose I could force myself to feel grateful about the shit day I feel I've had. Because I have felt shit, and that's okay, isn't it? Yes, of course it's okay to feel shit. It brings you to this session with me tonight, where we speak to each other, and you express yourself and your need to suffer. So I thank you and leave you for now, having a beautiful sleep.